chat. Well, 20,255 is where we are leaving off at, which is not the day's high, but it's not. There's no great big shakeout or anything of that sort. 35 points above the previous high of 20,222 is where the market leaves off at. The high today has been made at 2291. So about a 40-point drop-off from the day's high is what we've seen. And maybe you just look at where this drop-off came. Most of it actually, the high was made at about 206. And then there was a bit of a dip. There was a, that was bought into, then another lower high at about 3 o'clock, and then finally, actually it's the last candle going into the close, last 10-minute candle, where you basically moved a little lower on the index. So that's what's going on. The Nifty Bank will come up on your screen, 0.75% on the Nifty Bank. The 61.8% retracement was 44,740, and we're leaving off at 44,800. So about 60 points above that level, but better than yesterday. And the Nifty Bank also dropped off quite a bit from the day's highest point. The small cap index ends 0.5% higher. It's a red candle, which means we've ended below the opening levels. And I think the small cap, the mid cap index also saw some profit booking. It was super strong in the earlier when we started, but we end just about 1% higher. But nothing to complain. Wrapping up a pretty good week all told. For the Nifty, for the week, it's almost 2.5% gains. Prima.
And for the mid-cap index, it's an over 3% gain, and that too ahead of the all-important state election verdict. Some of the big movers for the day include ITC, top gainer, 3% rally on that. In fact, FMCG had a good day, Britannia up 2.5%. Axis Bank was clearly the stock of the week with a rally of 9.5%. On the losing side, Wipro sold off. That was the top loser with a cut of 1.5%. And weakness seen in Hero MotoCorp and Bajaj Auto.
Okay, quick mention of the mid-caps, which have had a fantastic day. The mid-cap index hit its fresh all-time high as well, 1% up by the time we've closed out with very strong breadth. Advanced decline ratio is well in favor of the advances. Let's look at the movers and shakers. This market has PSU written all over it. No matter what stock you're picking up, PFC, REC, for instance, they were in pole position today. Gains of about 7, 8, 9% on these stocks. There's PNB, there is NHPC, there's GAIL, there's Bank of India, Aerocon, MMTC, Bank of Baroda. I'm just going on reading the list of top gainers with top volume action, and it's really all PSUs out there. There's some profit taking on Tata Technologies after yesterday's stellar listing, 7% down on that stock. Ditto for IREDA, about 4% down there as well. Kesoram, finally, of course, with the deal having been announced, ends on a 5% upper circuit today. And Z, let's watch out for Z when we come back on Monday, because there's some anticipation that there may be good news with respect to the merger. Z is going home with a gain of 5%. So strong day for the market pretty much across the broader space. All right, with that, we are out of time on this edition of Closing Bell. Thank you very much for watching. Have a